Okay, there are multiple factors that is going to contribute towards you generating the financial income that you ultimately really believe that you deserve. Okay, say for example, you like the idea of setting up your own business. You might like an online business that gives you a lot of time and financial freedom, stuff like that. But there are a number of different contributing factors that will contribute towards you achieving the ultimate financial success that you want to achieve. And it's not always about strategy. Look, if you've been watching some of my content, we've got a podcast, we do lots of webinars and stuff like that. You'll get an understanding that, I really put a lot of focus and emphasis on the mindset. And the reason why is because the mindset is everything. I'm not going to so much go into strategy today. I'm not going to talk about, how to get on the front page of Google. However, we've got other videos on our channel that you can check out. I went into detail on one of our recent videos on exactly what I did specifically to make me multiple seven figures over the years, okay? So today I'm not going to go into that as such, but I want to talk a little bit deeper. I've written up here, I don't know if you can see this, okay? The light might be a bit bright, but I've written up here, universe, okay? Now, look, I'm not here to start getting a bit, spiritual or woo-woo. I'm not here to now start trying to convince you that you should be believing in the law of attraction, you should be believing in God or Allah. That's not what I'm here to do, okay? However, based on my own experience, for me, looking at things like the universe and really seeing the real laws around, what's really going on, within the world that we live in, within this reality, what's really going on. Part of my journey has been to really look at that. And the reason why is because I became a bit disillusioned, to be honest with you, disillusioned with everything of what I'm seeing in the world, like things don't make sense to me, to be honest with you. Now, I even got to a point over the years where I felt like I was living in an asylum because, what I see that is pushed in the media, what I've seen that has been pushed by governments, what I've seen being pushed by, a number of different things, made me then start questioning, is any of this really real? And what I mean by that is, when you watch the news, there's so much fear, 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 fear. Well, is there nothing in this world that is really positive and really good? It's all fear, this war, that, this person died, blah, 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 this new, virus, whatever it may well be. Is this real? What I'm watching here, and if this isn't real, because there's got to be more good in the world, why do we have to report on so much negativity? So it's some of the things of what I'm seeing, you've got to pay your taxes, you've got to make all this money to live, all this type of stuff. If after watching the news and being a part of society, I started feeling a little bit miffed by the whole thing, to be honest with you. So for me, I then started looking outside of that. What is, the nature of our reality really? What does it really look like? And I became obsessed, like literally, obsessed with trying to really uncover the truth of the simulation, the reality, whatever it may well be. But one of the key things of what I stumbled across was a book by Rhonda Byrne. No doubt a lot of you've seen it or read it, or you've seen the movie, called The Secret, which was talking about law of attraction, and how to really use this reality of where it is that we live, how to use that to our best benefit so that we can attract, positive experiences for our life. So when it comes down to it, when you look at it, the crux of what's really going on here is all based around how we choose to think. So it's almost like we're creating or shaping our own reality, all right? So shaping. Now, look, I'm not standing here saying I'm this guru, I know everything. These are things of what I'm piecing together. These are things that go on in my mind. These are conversations of what I have with other successful people, okay? So about shaping your own reality based on how you think. So I'll give you an example. How many times, does the phone ring and you answer the phone and say, oh, I was just thinking of you, or, oh, look, that's a coincidence. Is that really a coincidence? When we really look into it, we can potentially see that we're attracting every single scenario, situation into our lives based on how we think and how the universe is responding to what we're projecting from our mind. So if we are projecting from our mind, a place, coming from a place of fear, for example, and that is, fear of, society, I've got the money, haven't got this, haven't got that, this person, not going to treat me very nicely. This is going to happen. Oh, what if this, what if that, what if this? Say, for example, if we live in that space, then what do we think we're going to attract? Because what is the universe, what is the world around us going to respond to? How's it going to respond? Is it going to respond by giving us an answer in our prayers? So sometimes we might sit there and think to ourselves, right, if I just, project and say, right, you know what, please come, please come. It's not necessarily about what you're saying, it's about how you're feeling. Because if you're saying that, but, deep down within your, the core of you, there is still a sense of lack. There is still a sense of worry. There is still a negative sense that is going on within. Then all you're then going to do, even though we're sitting there, we're praying, we're only but going to attract the negative situations. Your prayers are not going to be answered. And the reason why your prayers are not going to be answered is because based on how we feel. But the same can apply in the other side of things. When we're now trying to attract success, for example, but deep down, we feel optimistic, we feel positive, we have a knowingness. In fact, I'm going to write that down, yeah? A knowing, oops. All right, hang on. Right, knowingness, yeah? We have a knowingness. So when we know it, in our heart of hearts, we have that real strong feeling that, what? It's going to work. Chances are things then pan out the way that you want it to pan out because of how you're feeling about it. So you want to now start being really conscious about, how you feel. Yes, we can all say anything, but we want to be going by how are we feeling. And, we all have the power to change our thought. However, because we're conditioned for such a long time, sometimes our default position might be to worry. Our default position might be to feel stressed. It might be to feel negative. That may well be the default position, but you've got to become more self-aware of ourselves and self-aware of, exactly what's going on in our minds and exactly what we're radiating out to the universe. One of the real key things that when you start doing this, you will see your life change. And that is to have a real solid intention. Okay, I'm going to write that down as well. Okay, so intention. Okay, so as per my experience, the experience of what I've seen with literally hundreds, if not thousands of successful people, the stronger the intention, so the stronger that, right, you know what, I am going to do something. I'm going to do it. It's almost like, the universe, the power that be, responds really well to the intention. Because it's almost like as if, the universe is here to serve us, for example. It's here to it's not here to make our lives difficult. But because we've got so much distractions, so much external programming from the news, the media, from here, there, money, tax, government, fear, all this stuff. So from when we've got so much distractions going on, we then fall into just a default position of who we are. And then we forget about setting real clear intentions. Or when we set that intention, we're only setting half an intention because deep down, we don't really believe that is actually going to manifest anyway, deep down. But intentions are absolutely crucial. When you set the intention, you put it out there and you make sure that you hold on to that intention. Again, the universe can then respond really well to you based on, what's really going on within you and that intention. Having a real clear vision, okay? Vision, right, okay, excuse my handwriting here, right, and my spelling, yeah, but look, it is what it is, yeah? Vision, okay, having a real clear vision. If we have no real idea of where we are going, yeah? So if we don't really fully grasp in terms of, well, this is where I want to get to, Like here's the vision of where I want to go. If we're not giving ourselves that real clear vision and then setting that strong intention and then being aware of how we are feeling, in order to attract the right type of thing, if we're not doing stuff like that, well, how do we really expect to really manifest what we really want? I know that we don't go to school. Our society is not geared up to really understand, the laws outside of what we see within society. I've got to go to work. I've got to pay the bills. I'm going to watch some TV. I'm going to watch a game show, this, that, the politics, war, I've got to vote, all this stuff. But if you look at it deep, deep, deep down from a nature's perspective, is that real? Is that how we're really supposed to live our lives as human beings? Like within all this, the chaos that we can see on our planet, is this how we're really meant to live? Because if it's not, well, what's outside of that then? What's beyond that? We can all see, spiritual laws like gravity. Yeah, well, everyone knows that, don't they? We all say things like karma. Oh, well, yeah, well, that's karma, isn't it? Yeah, that's karma. Oh, but we're not going to talk more about it. We just, we all maybe might make reference to karma at some point. But if we think about what it is that we're really saying, we're talking about a spiritual law here that based on the action of what you do and what you're putting out there and how you're treating people and stuff like that, it will then come back round on you. Whether or not that is negative or whether or not that is positive, it will come back round on you. So we can talk about karma, and the vast majority of us get say, yeah, that's karma. But hang on a minute, what are we really talking about here? Because this is something that we can't see, we can't touch it, we can't taste it, but we'll accept it. But how about these other spiritual laws, like law of attraction, law of intention? What about these other things that we just kind of dismiss? Why are we doing that? The moment we can now start getting that bit deeper, that little bit more self-aware of what's going on within the nature of reality of what it is that we're experiencing, the more control you will have in relation to where your life goes. People that have gone on to already make lots of money, and they might not even, have an insight in terms of how the universe has maybe helped them. But if you look at their traits, if you look at their intentions, if you look at, what they're projecting, if you look at their mindset, if you look at their frame of reference, is it negative? Is it positive? Is it half full? Is it half empty? Do you know what I'm saying? So what I mean is that, successful people, they may well not be into all this spirituality stuff. However, they just do it naturally based on who they are. So of which they're just naturally going to attract good things to them because of just naturally how they think. So we've got to now start really taking, a look at this. It's up to you. It's your life. It's up to you. This is something that I've done for many, many, many years now, and it's benefited my life because now I get to be free. I don't have to now get so bogged down with, the nature of what's going on in our society with everything, all the madness, the asylum of what it is that I can see. I don't have to get all bogged down by all of that. Because, becoming more self-aware and, being able to really, truly be free, and that is free as I can possibly be within the society that we live in, put it that way. Yeah. So like I say, it's up to you in terms of what you want to attract for your life. If you want to attract more money, if you want to attract real success, well, come on then. But starting to look at some of this stuff, the Secret, the Law of Attraction by Rhonda Byrne is a really good book to start off with. Have a look at that. I'm sure it's on Amazon. It must be on Amazon as well, in terms of they've got like a documentary as well. Have a look at that. And that is a really good start in terms of helping you to attract what you want for your life.